I just quit my job, like yesterday. This is day 1. Back doing YouTube, back living the dream, all-time low. Numbers are very low. Money is very, very short. But I have a dream. I've got a dream. I'm gonna have to hone in on my ability to present an idea live, like this. My name is Michael deVries, and welcome to deVries Studios. I just came up with that like a week ago. It's day 3 of my YouTube existence. I had a terrible morning. Okay. You see these hairs? Yeah. This is my absolute detriment of my entire day. I keep picking at my face and it's so annoying. I'm figuring out so much stuff on how to do this YouTube thing better. I think I know what I'm gonna make this channel about now. I said a whole lot of stuff yesterday. I don't know if it's gonna be included in the video, but change, actually get helped by somebody and feel like, oh my gosh, this actually like helped me. Like most people pass by a homeless person, give them a dollar. But anyway, nobody taught me some of the things that I know now on how to make YouTube videos and how to like do taxes and stuff. There's a lot of different tricks, actually, different things you can do that if you just learn them, you can use for your own channel, your own business. For example, you can't deduct your food from taxes. That's not gonna happen. But what you can deduct is business meetings or like a networking event where you buy food for your client or whoever your coworker is. So technically, if I make every single lunch meal a business meeting, then technically I can get my food like 50% written off at the end of the year. I need to brainstorm, research, and then script a new show. Made my own coffee, got my own water. Off we go. I'm currently scripting this thing about Bel and the Dragon. Apparently it's this book in the Bible. I've never heard of it, but it's the story of Daniel, the prophet in Babylon, who goes and tries to disprove this idol that Babylon has. The first idol is called Bel, and it's this derivative of Baal, I'm assuming. And it's an idol that eats the sacrifices that the Babylonians give to it. At least that's what they believe. The statue would somehow come to life and then eat the wine and the food and the bread that they offered. And Daniel has to disprove the legitimacy of this false idol, and he does. It talks about a dragon, like a great mighty dragon, and there's nothing that points to that dragon being like not a real dragon or some kind of metaphor. Like it speaks of a real life dragon, which so I've been doing some research on that. I'm very curious about what these different creatures in the Bible, things like Leviathan, the dragon, even the dragon of Revelation, both what they stand for and if they are actual creatures. What are these beings that we keep seeing in the Bible, and where do they come from? Turkey Bacon Club. If I review this, technically I can deduct 50% of the cost of this on my taxes. It means that if I have $1,000 owing in my taxes by the end of the year, if I declare this on my taxes, my total taxes owing will go from $1,000 to $996. So a little quick tip for you if you're trying to pursue YouTube, please watch me enjoy this sandwich. It's very sandwichy. The bacon is quite bacony. Lettuce is green. Yeah, fantastic. So a question I have for myself is actually, in the past year of doing YouTube, you've had many ups and downs, but the question today is what works well, what doesn't work well in actually trying to make content, but more specifically, making content as a full-time YouTuber. And I can tell you right now that a full-time YouTuber and a part-time YouTuber will make their content very differently. Now, usually if you want to post a video on your channel, you want to make sure that your video is related to the type of content that your followers want to see. But actually getting ideas and finding new ideas, brainstorming ideas, is quite a challenge, especially when you're full-time. What I've realized is, anybody can come up with an idea. You can brainstorm things really easily. But when you're on YouTube, you gotta be more realistic about what you can do and what you cannot do. So brainstorming really has to be on par with what you can do. See, when you're part-time, it's almost as if you have this mentality of, all right, I don't have all the time in the world already, so I won't try too hard on things that ultimately would be a waste of time. Now, full-time YouTubers have all the time in the whole world. Like all day they have time to create and come up with new ideas. So there's more expectation for you to come up with higher quality ideas. But there's a problem in that thinking. Because I had all this free time now, all of a sudden, to keep, to do my job, what I found was my head became a little bit inflated with what I thought I could do and what I thought I couldn't do. My goals became so much more bigger, so much more unrealistic. It would be so slow for me to come up with anything because my mind was already over here, but my skills were still here. The pace for how fast I could produce videos would go way down. What am I trying to say here? Coming up with ideas, brainstorming things, takes a lot of effort. Not because it's hard to come up with new ideas, but because it's hard to come up with ideas that you can actually do in this moment. And I thought this was an interesting topic to talk about for this video because the amount of decisions that you make in a day are what is tiring you out. And there's two types of energy. There's physical energy, and then there's mental energy. And every decision you make in a day, every time you get up and you make breakfast, these are different decisions that keep piling up in your prefrontal cortex, which eventually make you tired. That's why you might feel like your body's awake, but your mind is just so tired. And my point with all of this is that I've realized that humans can actually make a limited amount of decisions in a day before they just absolutely poop out. And in full-time content creation, what you'll find is that the amount of decisions that you have to make in a day go up by 1,000 times. When you are at home all day, now all of a sudden you'll find things like a messy kitchen, a messy living room, a messy office. These are all things that will actually take away from your energy, your mental energy. The amount of decisions I make in a day really matter. And I don't have enough energy to push myself past a certain point. The amount of decisions you can make in a day is limited. Yes, as a full-time YouTuber, you have more time to make content, but this content has to be on par with what you can do. So if you're thinking of going full-time, if you're doing it right now, I have this tip for you. And my advice would be to limit the amount of decisions you have to make in a day. I had to come to this point where I realized that even making food, getting dressed, taking a shower, going on walks, reading my Bible, all these things are different decisions that I have to make that by noon, I just get mentally tired and I'm just done with my day. A 12-hour day becomes a 4-hour day because of the amount of stuff I did in that 4-hour period. You need to be able to balance how much mental energy you're expending in a day. You need to be able to reduce the amount of decisions you make so the decisions that you do make will be fully focused on the content. You can do anything, but there's only so much that you can actually do. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, back to my sandwich review. The tomatoes are quite tomatoey.